As always, interested. Look, I don't. I hope y'all can hear the music that I'm playing in the background because it's coming from a different setup. Okay, yeah, I see heads bobbing, so that means we good to go. We good to go. I just let that flow before we get into the intro. While that's tuning up, I'm gonna start sharing this video real quick. There we go. There we go. While that's tuning up.
Yeah. Hey.
I just shared it to you, Whiskey Charlie. I ain't mean to. I brought it back though.
It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
It's a long list that I'm sharing too. But that's what we have to do.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on, world? You know what it is. What's going on, Tim? Thank you for tuning in as usual. You know what it is. It's Speak Grunt. Do you speak Grunt? Or can you get on here and you speak to us, Grunt? Let us know what's going on in your life, what you need to talk about, how we can help you get it right, and how y'all can help us get it right too. That's what we on here to do. We on here to speak to you so you can speak to us too, kick it and make it through. But you know what we do? By Grunts for Grunts. Everybody welcome, but everybody cannot and will not be a member. 11B, 11 Charlie, 0311. You know what you need to represent for me in order to be down with the Grunts speak. But just in case you're not in the platoon, you're not on the front line, just notice you part of the brigade, you part of the family. We thank you for supporting us today. Let me hit you with this quick PSA. Everything that we have to say may not be for little kids' ears today, but it'll bless their ears in some way. If you don't judge the people, just listen to the message that they have to give today. So everything that we got to say gonna bless somebody's ears today. But if you're going to judge us, judge yourself first in some way. So this Speak Grunt, we're going to get on here. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to speak to you. And we're going to talk about the difficulties of adapting to this thing called life, from the military to the civilian life to having a wife. Maybe you got a husband too. I don't know. That's completely up to you. You could be a woman on here.
Hey, it ain't Man Love Thursday.
Tune in, check your ears. Why I get it, it's so clear. Oh, look at Shooter over there getting the shot pimple. Oh, look at him. So, oh, that's how you do it now? This how you put the cowboy hat on and you just go straight from the neck. Huh?
That's right, baby. We don't do anything small down here in Texas. We ever do anything large here. We just go straight to the bottle.
Whiskey Charlie, man, what's been going on? What you telling people? What's been up with you? How you been doing this last week? Bring us up to speed, man. Give us what we need.
Just not a whole lot. Just work. This last weekend, took the wife out to a birthday celebration and took her to, of course, Lake Conroe, and we went on to the pontoon boat. Went out there with my daughter, one of my daughters, and my wife, and went out and enjoyed ourselves. Took time to ourselves and just really enjoyed. Turned off phones and stuff like that, other than just taking few pictures and stuff like that. So, it was all good. You got to find that time for yourself at the end of the day, and that's and it helped out a lot, mentally and physically. Just to get away from everything and just to go out there and just take time to myself and my daughters, my wife, and some of her family that came with us. So it was a good stuff, man. I got a future purchase coming into plan. I plan on buying me a boat here coming on too long. So it
Okay.
was all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That sounds like a good time right there. That sounds like a good time, most definitely. Shooter, what's been going on with you, man? How's it been going down there in the ATL?
Oh man, planning to hit Texas, man. I'll be down. Let's see. I leave out of here Wednesday, so I'll be in Houston Wednesday. So yeah, we planning for the big day, man. The bar renewal. Got a lot of my family coming in. You know what I'm saying? I got my bros coming in, about to
Hmm.
holler at y'all. So we just been crossing them T's, dotting them I's, man. My girl been getting fucking matching outfits for Miami after the bar renewal, So yeah, we got us a boat out there in Miami, man. So we about to get live, man.
Okay, okay. How soon after the vow renewal you do in Miami?
It's gonna be that following week. So yeah, we go head out there, man. She got a friend girl and her dude go come out there and we go turn up, man. This been a full month. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing my body to the limits so I can look good, in Miami when I step out. When you step out, you gotta step out, man. So, I've been pushing my body to the limits, running these Georgia hills, man. And hey, man, looking forward to this week coming up.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm looking forward to it too. Me and the wife, me and Franco was talking about that, about coming through. I was talking to Whiskey Charlie. I'm like, hold on, man. We talking about waking up, driving to New Orleans the next day. We might have to scrap that because ain't no telling what time we leave and shoot away. Like the turn up is gonna be real that night. So we gonna have to put Saturday postpone and see how we do it another day. You know what I'm saying? And go from there.
Hey, all I ask, man, everybody, come have a good time, man. We put our money and time into it. We only invited close friends, people that actually care about us and people that we care about. Come have a good time, good food, drinks, you know what I'm saying? And plus, look at the host. You know what I'm saying? I got my queen and you got Killer Wolf, man, the best host ever, so we're gonna get it done, man. We're gonna get it done.
You already know what it's gonna do, man. We're gonna have a good time. Tim joined in. He popped in. He said, "Hey, what's going on, everybody?" But he also popped out. He said Wi-Fi is acting up, so he'll be back next Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Tell Whiskey Charlie to make sure y'all get a raise over there so you get that Wi-Fi right. You know.
Hey, hey, hold on a second here. My Wi-Fi works perfectly. Come on now.
Hey, no, what I'm saying is, if I'm not mistaken, ain't Tim don't he work over there with you at the HD at the Home Depot? Don't he know us from there? No.
Shit, I don't know. Not ever with me.
My apologies, then, Tim and Whiskey Charlie. I thought that Tim was somebody that jumped on originally that you brought through, but anyhow. Dewan, what's happening with you, man? I'm glad that you found the page. You already know to the top. Yeah, the killer always giving it to us. When you step out, you got to step out, man. You already know. Thank you for tuning in. While y'all tuned in, man, and y'all getting prepared to enjoy yourself, make sure y'all click down below, share this video, comment, chat, back and forth. Here we go. It's been a week, man. My week was pretty good, too. I think, damn, I don't even remember what I done this week. The weeks go by so fast in the blur. It almost feels like the same sometimes, man. Taking care of the family, making sure I maintain, doing some stuff to my vehicle, getting that straight, man, and working on some other stuff for the business lane. So just grinding it out, looking for school to be done so I can take another little break from this while my wife get into the real estate class. So looking forward to this weekend, man, to be over at there on the H-Town with Shooter getting down, could use this break. So I already know. My wife had to remind me. She's like, "You sure you're gonna want to get up early and drive to New Orleans? You know how y'all gonna do." Like, yeah, you're right.
I think I'm the only one to get you out your body, man. every time he came to the house, man, he'd be like, he really don't drink like that, but he come to the house. We used to do the show. He'd be like, nah, man, I want what you drinking over there. Next thing you know, we'd be like 2, 3 down. We be in the garage to about 11 o'clock, still chopping it up. But yeah, man, you know how I get down when you mess with your boy, man.
You already know, man. So tonight I want to talk about, before we get into it, just something to put on y'all mind. And I know I ain't giving to y'all early. That's how I get down sometimes. But tonight I want to talk about the difficulties of adapting. And when I think about the difficulties of adapting, I'm talking about how you had to adapt from civilian life to military life, and how that could have been a struggle for you. And then adapting back from military life back to civilian life, and how that affected you, either in a positive way or a negative way. Because in the guard, you got people that say, yo, I don't smoke. But on guard weekend, they smoking like a chimney, man. You know what I'm saying? So that might be something from the negative from the military that you took back with you, that you had to adapt to, that you didn't come through with. So think about that in some type of way while we touch on another things about this week. So the difficulties of adapting, and how difficult it was for you to transition from the civilian life to the Army life. And if you're someone who didn't serve in the military, what was that transition like for your family members or your loved ones who you see, you know what I'm saying, join the military and come back differently? And how was that transition to somewhat help get through to them, how you seen them and how maybe it was affecting them? So think about that for a little while. And then I want to touch on some other things real quick, and then we'll get into this topic and do what we do, if you know what I mean. So some of these things are real current events. Some of these things are currently current but old by a week or so. But here we go. We're going to talk about it a little more when I look up my interesting fun facts during the week. Yo, I need to know if y'all even care about this, or anybody know about this or keep up with this. You know Prince William died, bro? Ain't that Queen Elizabeth husband? like it's not America, so I really don't know. But what?
Yes, that's just so totally true right there. Who gives a shit?
He like 99
How
years
is that?
old.
How the hell does that affect us any at all?
Yeah, never lie, man. Hell, that Klansman, man. Motherfuckers racist as hell over there, bro.
Hey,
ain't nobody worry about them. We got princesses and princes all in Africa and shit, but ain't nobody worry about that shit. But my condolences to you. I don't want to disrespect nobody. You know, I don't want the Brits to come at me out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's still USA though, baby. Don't come over here with that food, boy. But yeah, you know, rest up to you. You know what I'm saying? Condolences. You know, peace.
I thought it was interesting kind of scrolling through there, and then I don't watch a lot of TV and a lot of news, and then everything that's going on with what's her name? Meghan, and the younger brother Prince, you know, Harry or whoever, you know, and everything that's going on, and then old boy died. Could have died from stress and what the family going through. I just thought that was something interesting because they showed a picture of Buckingham Palace or whatever, and all the mayhem at the gate. And I'm like, oh, old boy did die, didn't he? So it was just interesting.
Man, that man had the best 99 years ever. You know what I'm saying? I respect the old boy, though. What's his name? Harry?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just in his own lane. He said, I don't give a fuck about no royalties or none of that shit. I think he moved out there to California somewhere? Yeah. On a private island. So,
hey, man,
you know, you got to stay in your own lane, man.
What if he just got some of that sweet ooh wee, and it was like it was like that movie. What was that movie back in the day with Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy, where the cop was like, hey honey, where's your mother at? I ain't never coming home again. He like, y'all can have his royalty and everything else, man.
Hey, you seen him in Vegas a few years back?
No.
The boy was out there on what you call that shit running around naked, man, in Vegas, man, just partying, just having a good time, you know.
Hey man,
that's a cool dude there, man. Yeah, that's a cool dude, man, for real.
I just found it interesting. I'm the same way, man. I ain't tripping on them. They're in a whole nother country doing a whole nother thing. But you know, you scroll through MSN, they make news, and it's like, again, whatever it is worth it, it is what it is. But anyhow, moving on from there, man. Something else that I was looking at. Oh man, Whiskey Charlie, I want to know how this affects you, and I want to bring it up.
Whiskey Charlie, hold on. Whiskey Charlie scared me, man. Kind of zoomed in on his face or some shit. You gotta zoom back out, brother. You gotta step on back with it, brother. He kind of scared me a little bit now.
So another thing that I was looking out, man. Not that it, again, don't mean no never mind to me. It's just what's in the news right now. What's up with your boy Deshaun Watson, man? I think they on like 22, 23 allegations. Now let me say this: I ain't claiming the man to be guilty of nothing at all. All I'm just talking about is when you got more than one, more than two, more than three. Now people can come up and say some crazy stuff to get on the bandwagon and attempt to get money, but it just don't look good. So as a Houston Texans fan and everything y'all went through or whatever, knowing he wanted to trade. And then hearing all this come out, what you think, Whiskey Charlie?
Hey, look, I truthfully, I believe it's all part of the system to me. Hey, I think they're just trying to run a dude's name, man. Dude's doing good. He's getting his money, and he asked for a trade, and then all of a sudden turn right back around, and they want to say, hey, you asked him for a trade, and he ain't gonna do anything, and they're just out there saying, hey, well, we're not gonna trade you, and he's standing by his word like anybody else would, and all of a sudden these allegations start popping up. To me, there's too many bullshit scenarios. Look, dude's a good guy, but if what he does outside of football, hey, he's living his life. Now, I truthfully, I mean, hey, look, if he go in front of court. And if he gets proven guilty, hey, it is what it is. But if not, like, to me, I truthfully believe that I don't think he's done this shit, but I believe that the organization is just trying to word his name just because he wants to come out and say, hey, this is a shitty ass fucking unit to work for. You know, you're gonna come out and say, hey, you know, I ain't gonna work with this unit, and then all of a sudden now this unit's coming out and saying, hey, well, you're this, you're that, and all of a sudden some person come out and says, hey, you know, he's, you know, making sexual things to me. Like, hey, you know, until proven guilty, he is innocent. So to me, truthfully, the boy just keeps his head up and keep driving, doing what he's doing, man, until they can prove otherwise. I think these other bitches just trying to look for money. The boy making millions, and they just trying to get their money.
You got something on that?
That's just like T.I. and them, man. You know, him and his girl, they fly women up here to Atlanta to party with them. You know, you get free flight, drinks or whatever you need, you know, and party with them and shit like that. Now they got like 20 girls coming out. You know what I'm saying? But they're remaining anonymous, like they're not coming out. So if this really happened, y'all need to actually come out, see face. You know what I'm saying? Because who you know what I'm saying? I think it's all crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing good, politics and all that, they throw a rape charge on. Hey, one chick said Biden on what he did, he held her too long or something at a get together, or some say Biden held her too long, and she calling on him, you know, like he sexual harassed her and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of, because it kind of blocks the women that actually has problems, you know what I'm saying? Like who to believe, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think when it happens, you just need to go ahead and go get your rape kits and everything else lined up, you know what I'm saying, for you can have that evidence, because if you don't have that, you're going off word. You know what I'm saying? So I can say I didn't do it, and what evidence do you have that he did do it? Or, you know, I don't know. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's all crazy. Whiskey Charlie got to pop back in. I don't know what's going on with him. He looked like he was freezing up for a second, but he'll tune back in. I think it's all crazy myself, especially with the Deshaun Watson whole thing. It was like you had never heard anything negative about this kid or anything. All of a sudden, he just came out and was like, yo, I want to be a part of this organization. And told the real, I guess, for him, like Whiskey Charlie said. It's a crappy organization, and it's not. Welcome back, Whiskey Charlie. It's a crappy organization, and it's something that he didn't want to be part of. You know what I'm saying, anymore. And it does seem pretty odd that all these allegations are coming out after that. I would just like to hope and believe that either way, damn, what's going on? I'll shoot her out. I just like to hope and believe that either way, you know, these allegations turn out not to be true. They turn out to be false. But if they turn out to be real, man, yo, that's just something that if they turn out to be real, that's just gonna be something that he got to deal with. And it's, you know, it's unfortunate, man. And we just live in that time. Unfortunately, man, I know we say we live in a country where innocent until proven guilty, but you about guilty until proven innocent around here. Depending on what your job is, unfortunately, the color of your skin and what you do, what you call to, bro, you about guilty until proven innocent around here. And so when you got 22 different women coming out, whether it's right or wrong, the way people persuade conversation and others, you know, it's easy to make you look like the bad guy. But I hope everything turned out all right for him, man, and he continue with his career and do what he do. It just sucks what he's going through, and for the people involved too, especially if it's something that, you know, really happened to them. And as far as T.I. and Tiny and them go, yeah, I heard about that too, and that's a crazy flow. You don't never know if that's true or not, but people have to think, man, what are you flying out here to do? If I'm paying for your flight and your food and your drinks to party with me, what you think this is about? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. What you think this is about? You didn't got to the room after 2 and you already know we up in here to do. So what you think this is about? I just think, man.
And bought some donuts. So you know them cheeks about to get glazed, Mike.
So, man, I just hope it work out for everybody. But look, man, say what you want to say, take it how you want to take it. And I don't know how much of that to be true, but man, it took them about 15 years to finally pin something on R. Kelly. So it was years before women started coming out with that too, man. So you just never know what a person do behind closed doors, because they still human too. You just hope that ain't something that they really going through, bro. So we'll see in due time whether T.I. and Tiny was doing the crime or whether Deshaun Watson was getting more than massage therapy time. You know what I'm saying?
All oiling up buttholes and shit.
Hey, you know how I look at this ass, man? You can't judge these people because, you know, they painted pictures of us sometimes as baby killers and monsters and things like that when you overseas and murderers, but they have no idea or no clue what some of us went through and the situations that you are in that made have flipped in the second. So, hey, man, I just wished all these people the best. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Next up on the agenda, man, I got 2 more for you. Next up on the agenda, I need Killer to be here because this one was interesting to me. And this happened like late last year. This happened like late last year at the end of 2020, but I guess the video footage is just being released. And I found that pretty interesting. So the next thing that I want to pull y'all attention to, if you ain't already seen it, talk about it a little bit. Tell me what you think about it, what you're about to do. So what y'all think about the Army lieutenant who got pulled out his car and pepper sprayed? What's your thoughts on that? You ain't seen that, Whiskey Charlie? Yeah, man. African American and Hispanic lieutenant in a blacked out, looked like a Yukon or a Suburban or something like that. Looked like he at the gas station. And I want to say it's your home. No, I think it was West Virginia or something like that. I only watched the video twice, but man, long story short, he pulled over and the cops roll up and they like, yo, you suspect in so many words. We need you to get out. And he got his hands up and he talking and everything else, bro. He in full uniform. They like, what the fuck are you, a specialist, a corporal or something? He like, nah, man, I'm a lieutenant. They sprayed him. They hit him with the pepper spray twice. Like, get out the car, dragged him out the car. He in uniform. He in uniform, bro. They put him on the ground, was like, had guns on him and everything, man. So what y'all think about that? Now, you a soldier in uniform, bro. You got no offense, because some cops are actual real cops and do their job professionally. Some of them cops, Keystone cops. Some of them probably just Keystone cops. They just there because they got picked on. So being a soldier and doing everything that you went through, bro, what would that do to you? What's your mindset on that? Go ahead, Wolf. Go ahead.
Look, man, this how I feel about it. You know, I ain't shit different from being in uniform or being in civilian clothes here in America, man. You know, unfortunate things like this happens, you know what I'm saying? The best thing you could do, you know, you can't fight them, is try to comply. You know, the dude was sprayed up. They wanted him to like reach to take the fucking seatbelt off, but he like, shit, I got my hands up, you know what I'm saying? Take the motherfucker off and get me out of here. And then they let him go at the end. So, you know, it's, you know, they never really had nothing on him to fuck with him, because I think he drove to a lighted area. I forget how long he drove, but maybe that pissed him off because he ain't want to pull over immediately. But you know, it's no excuse for it. You know, I'm used to this shit, man. It ain't nothing new, you know, being in the uniform or being outside the uniform. But yeah, I feel, you know, of course you feel played. Like, man, I'm fighting, you know, to keep y'all motherfuckers safe. You know what I'm saying? I think that a soldier's held that, you know, higher standards of being in the actual combat zone, actually dealing with terrorists, when these cops are back here dealing with civilians. You know what I'm saying? Seems like you know what I'm saying? Seems a little opposite, man, because best believe if we shoot somebody over there and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, we gone. You know what I'm saying? We shoot somebody unjustly, we gone. You know, you gotta report that shit, and you gotta hold yourself to a standard. Every time I was overseas, you know what I'm saying, I treated people with respect, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, y'all, man, just like me, you know what I'm saying? I got a job to do, and you gotta be searched. I'm not out here roughing you up or none of that bullshit unless you need to be roughed up, or unless you just to piss me off and to shot at one of my soldiers. So yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up then. But you know, I just think that it's this fucking blue wall and all that shit, these cops being like invincible, basically untouchable. Like George Floyd case, they try to justify the dude had drugs in his system, that 9 minutes of this dude with the knee on his neck didn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like that's going on the right path, but I don't watch that shit because it sends me on a dark level, you know. I don't really watch it. So, you know what I'm saying? This shit crazy, man. Hey, and if y'all see me sniffing, man, it's the pollen. I ain't on that shit. The pollen up here in Georgia is thick, man. You go out there like motherfucker hit you with a dust of powder or something, man. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. This America, you know.
What you got, Whiskey Charlie?
And I truthfully believe, I've said it before on our video and everything. I truthfully believe there is racism out there, but I also believe that every person reacts to a situation in different ways. And sad part of it is to this day that everybody, not just one person, everybody gets judged on that situation, depending on race. That's what a lot of the news portrays on, whether it's black or white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever you are. I think that a lot of people get judged off of the race instead of the particular individual's decision on certain situations when it comes to that stuff. So, I mean, to me, it's it right now in the world these days, of course, it gets shined on more, whether it's black or white. But to me, at the end of the day, a lot of situations happen to anybody and everybody, and it's a lot of wronging out there, and there's a lot of more training that needs to be done at the end of the day for everyone. But everybody's going to act in a situation in a different perspective, i.e., you know, when it comes to Sergeant Smith, you know, he's had the experience. He's been through the situations where he's been shot at, or, you know, things like that while he's overseas. I never experienced that, but I've been situations that I've been in, I may react a little different due to the experience I have and to the training that I have been adept to. So I think training and live situations is going to bring out different parts in everybody. And never say it's the right thing. I wouldn't say it's the right situation in anybody's aspect, but I definitely agree with Wolf over here. I mean, you know, to me, I don't believe anybody should have 9 minutes. That's way too fucking long of a situation with anybody with a knee on the throat. And no matter what the situation is, you've got to really take a step back and really realize what you're doing. You know, nobody can really go through a situation like that when 9 minutes. Yeah,
And hey, I'm not saying, I'm not that guy to say all cops are bad, but when the good cops can't police the bad ones, you know what I'm saying? One spoiled apple spoils the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it ain't really about training because people, I think it's more about common sense. It's about humanity. It's about treating this person like you know what I'm saying? Because once you have them cuffed and on the ground and all that shit, you got 3 officers on his back and one on his neck, one in the middle, one on the legs. You know, that's it. It's their job from there to protect that inmate or whatever you want to call it, the guy they arrested, and get them safely to the jail or whatever. You know, that's their job. I think one of them testified that, but shit comes, shit rolls, man.
It's gonna be interesting to see, man. It goes back to the question. We about 30 minutes in, and on these weekend points, the difficulties of adapting. Like for some people, for us being soldiers, like Whiskey Charlie said, when we was there in 2009, 2010, it wasn't action packed. We didn't get shot at like that. We didn't get to do no return fire. We ain't have any of that. Like you had to count your rounds in 2009, 2010. And if you squoze off some rounds, all that paperwork better have been justified while you squoze those rounds off. It was totally different in 06, but even in 06, when you squoze rounds off, you still had to do BDA and write up paperwork, after action reviews and all that other stuff. So it's like now with the police officer world, it's just lawlessness. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no rules. Ain't nobody policing the police. And they more like military, but hey, like y'all said, man, this is America. This is America. What you get out of it,
hey, y'all had to count rounds, man, and
in 2009.
Damn, that's crazy. That'll be hard for me, man. But yeah, if anything, we had to be justifiable with our kills. Or whatever, we just can't be out there on some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And most of the time I took pride in that shit. I just wasn't out there fucking just killing to kill. I'm not a fucking savage, you know what I'm saying? These people human, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you take some type of responsibility, you take some type of pride with your job to be professional. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you don't want to be a cop, don't be a cop. If you don't want to be a grunt, you know what I'm saying? Don't put on the motherfucking rough. You know what I'm talking about? So, but yeah, man, I think they just need a moral check with the police department these days. It ain't really training; it's just the thought of common sense and the way to treat people, either they black or white. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
That's 100% correct, man. I think they focus more on training and tactics to take people down and secure people than they do.
Hold up, man. Hold up. I know we off subject, but this is how we go sometime and freestyle and go. Hey, have y'all heard about these cops, man? I don't know if any cops over here or whatever, but they talk about getting rid of the PT test because they can't run around the gym. I forget how many times they got to run around the gym for. I don't know how many times, bro, but it seems easy as fuck. Like if you can't run around the gym like a basketball court for 4 or 5 times at a certain time, you don't need to be there. You got to run after people and all that shit. So they trying to take away the PT test to be a cop. Has anybody else seen that shit? I just seen it, man.
Is that just in Atlanta? I don't know, because I remember when I took the test for the Austin Police Department, and when I was younger, I took it for Detroit Police Department, and both of them I thought was pretty whack. Austin Police Department, I think, more so pissed me off because they had a bunch of fat ass instructors out there yelling at the wannabe officer cadets and everything about how come they ain't going through the obstacles fast enough, and they look like they couldn't even crawl through half the obstacles, bro.
And I need to look up the PT test for it. Like it looks easy, man. Like you just run around the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't do that, but they said 80% of the people, say the people that fail, most of the people that come back, 80% of them that come back, they pass it. They got their shit together. You don't just get rid of some type of standard because, people can't make it. You know what I'm saying? That separates. I don't know what's going on today, man.
I feel like it's just a kinder, gentler world that we live in. Like you said, the pussification of a nation. Excuse my language, but that's how it feels to some people that's maybe born in our generation, in our times, because they do things differently. They do things to fit everybody in, and they think they helping when they probably doing so much.
Bro, one more thing, and then we go to the top.
You good.
Let me ask y'all this, bro, because I ain't watched the demonic shit. I ain't watched the shit because it's some old sweet boy shit and it's some demonic shit. have you ever, what's the little boy name, man? We gonna take that on the old town road. Let me tell you about this motherfucker right here, bro. This boy got a fucking video of him riding a devil dick and the devil fucking him from the back. A video, music video, bro. If you think of bullshit, I seen like little fucking snapshots of it. I'm like, I don't want to watch that bullshit. He riding the devil dick and getting fucked from the back from the devil. And the devil, like he's a real devil, like red. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God, man. My son told me about the Air Max 95s or 90s that he had come out, and they called Damien or Lucifer's or something like that. They all black with the red. They supposedly got a little bit of blood in the bubble. I don't know who blood in the bubble, but they supposedly got a little bit of blood in the bubble. But I ain't heard that video with him wilding out like that, man. Man, people on some whole other type of stuff right now.
And hey, I clicked on TMZ today. 2 cats in dresses. One holding his daughter's hand, and the family and the woman and the dude got on the same dress, and the daughter.
Yeah, my somebody was in the dress on
stage. My wife told me about that today. Fucked my head up.
I don't know what's going on, man. People adapting to a different way of life. But on the last thing that I had for the week and to roll us into our conversation and talking about people and adaptation, man, from who you are to the military want you to become, and standing strong on your own 10 toes. How much did it change you? But you got any thoughts? And I'll roll right in this on the loss of the loss significant we just had with the legendary DMX. You know what I'm saying? And you think about people adapting to, when I think about us adapting to the military and back to civilian life, it made me think about X and the legendary status he had, being a street dude that was robbing people and do what he did. He was the same person when he got in the game, and people loved him for that and respected him for that. It was like, at what point do you stop adapting to be everybody else who they want you to be, and you start adapting because it's going to help you be better? And the military was you adapting because, okay, this is what I think I need to do to get back, because I could have been with the E4 Mafia and just been chilling, and because it's a group of E4s out there that don't care nothing about getting promoted. Spec 4 Mafia for life. So I could have just conformed to that, or it's a group of them that want to move further and move faster. So 2-part question, man. Quick thoughts on DMX, and then rolling right into how did the military cause you to adapt from who you were to who you became, and how did that transition in life now? Whiskey Charlie, what you got? Yeah, go ahead, Whiskey Charlie.
You better pass that shit to him. I'll feed off of Killer Wolf.
Well, you just gonna throw it over to you. You gonna hit it out the park with Killer Wolf. What you got? What you got for George Strait owners?
All right. So what you want me to touch on DMX and then hit?
You can touch on DMX. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what I gotta say about DMX is DMX is a representation of, mostly anybody that's living and have been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? It might not been drugs. It might not been going to jail multiple times, all that other shit. But this guy lived a life, man. He'd have had the fame. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been to his lowest. You know what I'm saying? He got clean. Been to jail about 20 sometime. Dude got like 16, 17 kids. So, man, I think DMX is a mixture of some shit that you'd have been through in your life, some shit that you can look at that DMX have been through, you'd have been through probably in your life before. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he a legend and never be another DMX. The guy actually talked the way he rapped. You know what I'm saying? I used to think that it was like damn, why he yelling like that? But you catch him on the interviews and catch him at the house. He talked the same, you know what I'm saying? He always represented himself as who he is, and he gonna continue to be who he is. And a lot of people need to wake up to that and live their lives. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you this, DMX, when he was laying on that bed in the coma, whatever he was in, he was glad. He already said, I live my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else I got to do? Mm-hmm. So, that's a legend, man. Rest up to him, bro.
And there was a lot of things that they were comparing, of course, DMX to Tupac, and the similarities between the two was a lot in common, because if you listen to the lyrics of DMX, he spoke a lot about what he went through in life, and that's what Tupac did too. He spoke about what he experienced in life. And I tell you what, that I remember listening to Tupac when I was, in my early teens and stuff like that. I remember, downloading his music off of LimeWire, and then also listening to his CDs, owning his CDs and stuff like that. And it was an inspiration at points because the things that he said and his lyrics definitely touched me. So I guess I would correlate into, my life with the military is, there were some things that, that he was saying in his lyrics that, helped me out, like motivate me. The whole day after I got back from, after I heard about him passing away, I listened to quite a few of his songs, and, it really was a inspiration to me, and it helped me carry on even through my middle school and high school years of my life.
That's pretty dope. I'm with y'all, man. Like, when I think about it, that before I even get into that, let me jump into this. Earlier today, what's going on, Melka? My fault, I ain't been sending no shout outs over here in the chats. Goop, what's going on, Goop? And earlier today, Melka was saying, hold yourself accountable. If you can't, then don't demand it from others. And when that's back when we were talking about the officers and the things that's going on, Dewan was saying not cool or something. And Pinto Bean said, hey, everybody. She said she loved a hat, shawty. Talking to Whiskey Charlie over there, I do believe. And Melka came back and he said, when I say hold yourself accountable, I should have stated that I was referring to any profession that requires some sort of physicality, that everyone is held to the standard, no offense or negative intentions. I agree with that 100%. Anytime you're dealing with somebody else in customer service where you have to put your hands on somebody, you really need to think about treating somebody the way you want to be treated. And unfortunately, we make that statement and people do treat us exactly how they want to be treated. They treat themselves bad, so they treat you bad. They don't love themselves, so they don't love you. And it's a sad, sucky situation that we don't have enough. We don't do a in-depth research on the people that we putting out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? To call law officers, because we just looking to fill numbers and fill slots and things of that nature. But anyhow, DMX, yes, definitely a legend. Yesterday on my show, I kind of did the whole show talking about DMX, legend and legacy, and kind of rolling that into the day and just thinking about adapting and stuff. And like Shooter said, You know, when you first hear DMX, you're like, bro, what's up with his voice? And then you realize he like this all the time. He not changing. He not switching. He came into the game. He is who he is. He ain't never talked about being iced out, blinged out. He might have had like a dog chain around his neck, maybe a Cuban link a choker every now and again, but he never adapted to the shiny suits and the flashy stuff that everybody was into. And I think when going into the military, you really don't have a lot of choice. In some instances, definitely in basic training, you're going to adapt and conform to whatever the drill sergeant is talking about, whatever the acting platoon leader, the PSG, is talking about, because you don't know anything and you don't want to get in trouble. But when you fast forward to your regular unit, whether it be active duty or National Guard, you got 100% choice what you adapt to and what you conform to. You either conform to the dudes that's getting it done in the military, or you adapt to the dudes that ain't getting it done in the military. You know, it's a quote out there that says, the way you do one thing is the way you do anything. So if you halfway in the gym, you're going to be halfway on a job. If you halfway on a job, you're going to be halfway at school. You're going to be halfway in the military. You're going to be halfway in a relationship. And instead of you adapting to overcome to something better, we start to talk about how everybody else is holding us back. You know what I'm saying? You got those cats like that in the military. You know, oh man, they don't want me to get promoted because this, that, and the third. Bro, you ain't did nothing to pass nothing. So you didn't adapt it to the dirt bags, and you wondering why it ain't happening for you. So what is it, something that you adjust to that's helping you on your life?
With me, bro, accountability. You know, in the military, I was blessed to be around a lot of great NCOs that held me accountable with progressing in my career and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it took my wife and it took me to start being so fucking hard-headed and actually start listening to her, because she took the place of them NCOs, you know, holding me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Accountability when you get out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we slack once we out the military, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not held to that high tier standard, that accountability. But with me, it was accountability of my actions. You know what I'm saying? I had to get through my anger management and stuff when I got back. You know what I'm saying? I had to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? I had to stop fucking drinking myself to death every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Just holding yourself more accountable. And when God put that person in your life that gives you that accountability, you make sure you wake up and listen to them. You know what I'm saying? But my wife is the NCO right now. She's holding me accountable. I'm holding her accountable. So it was accountability with me, man, putting shit off. You know what I'm saying? I just got my logo for my fitness thing, actually taking it serious. I posted that, people like, damn, about time? Like, what you been waiting on? It said, we see you do this every day. You know what I'm saying? So accountability, man. You got to have somebody to put that foot in your ass, you know what I'm saying, when you out the military. Because when you out, you go down a downward slope. Your physical appearance. It's some guys I know, bro, I wouldn't even recognize them when I see them on the street now. So, you know, accountability, man, we got to keep that. That's the top tier in life. Accountability. Somebody has to hold you accountable. Like Whiskey Charlie, if I was working at Home Depot, you bet your ass, if I show up that motherfucker, let's see, 5 minutes late, he gonna let me know, man, you should have been here 30 minutes early. He probably hold me, you gotta be an hour early, because he know I'm a grunt. And he like, man, you know, we got accountability. You know what I'm saying? We gotta come in here and do this and do that and do that. It's accountability, man. Either it's that boss on the job holding you accountable, or it's your wife at home holding you accountable. Accountability, you gotta have it.
What you got, Whiskey Charlie? You look like you about to say something.
Hey, mine is, I guess I would say, like, I was raised in a military family. My dad, my grandpa, my aunts, my uncles, everything else. But I would say utilizing your time wisely. I think that's one of the biggest things. You know, hey, you know, when it comes around to it, at the end of the day, you can be successful at anything you want to. and whatever you want to. Accountability is a self-inflicted pain, right? But using the time wisely, you don't have to worry about that, right? So, if you utilize your time correctly and you utilize it to your full potential, then you'll get wherever you want to go when it comes to that. I think that correlates with, like I said, with Killer Wolf over there with his, with what he was talking about, right? I think, making sure that you utilizing your time, whatever you have time, hey, whether it's personal or work time, you got to utilize every minute to the best of your ability and use it and take yourself, I guess what you would go off of Killer Wolf said, accountable for whatever you're doing, right? So, utilize that time to really enjoy yourself, or take care of what you need to either at work or at home, and utilize it to enjoy life.
And I say it like this: you had a lot more load on your shoulders in the military. You had your family and you had your brotherhood in the military family that looked up to you to come to work and perform your job when y'all overseas and stuff like that. And you still had your family in the rear that you had to take care of and, come out of soldier mode to be dad mode, husband mode, stuff like that. But, you're out now. So that's kind of not really on the back burner, because the platform we have now is there to help and support our brothers still, you know what I'm saying? So you have to know how to juggle, man. In the military, we were juggling so much stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to be here. We got to be there. We got to go to this meeting. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to be in uniform. That's the wrong uniform. You know what I'm saying? You had so much shit going on that, prepared you for this civilian world. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to take that shit and run full speed with it, man. You're going to get knocked down, but get the fuck back up. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, man. Life gonna knock you down. It knocks us all down. I'd have been knocked down. Pretty sure Whiskey Charlie have. My brother right here, Big Sarge have been knocked down, but we got back up, man. And we live in testimony right here in front of y'all. Straight up.
Yeah, that's dope. Adapting to accountability of oneself, because in the military, first off, everything you do as a team, as a unit, and then it switch, and you held accountable for your own actions after about that 4th or 5th week switch. When you get the BRM, if you can't shoot, that ain't a one thing unit. You know what I mean? That's not a one team thing. You own that weapon yourself. You cannot blame your battle or your drill sergeant for, you not being able to do what you need to do. And again, time management, using that time wisely. When you down there doing those training drills to shoot for BRM, are you really focusing on your craft and what you need to learn to do? So I think those are two very, very good points about adapting to. And I think for me, what I had to adapt to and what I had to adjust to, being a super spontaneous person that I am, is more detailed in direction. Although the military don't follow it to the T, they give it to you. You know what I'm saying? They got their tasks, standards and procedures that you're going to get every day before every meeting. You got time hacks that you're supposed to hit. And although they don't always work out that way, just knowing that if you don't have any structure or any discipline, or if you don't have any goals set, like for us in the military, accomplishing the mission was always the goal. Whatever the mission is, let's get that accomplished. So you knew what you were shooting at. So in life, although I went years without setting goals, after my last deployment, I realized how important setting goals was. And I didn't have a super strong accountability partner, because I'm usually holding other people accountable, and everybody like, oh, you sweet. Understanding that, you need an accountability partner too when you set these goals for yourself. Somebody to double check with you. You did this yet? You did that yet? You know what I'm saying? Just to hold you accountable, like your team leader held you accountable, your squad leader. And I think what I took out of that is when you came into everyday life, just giving people that support the same way it was given to me from good NCOs, from soldiers, because you get more done speaking positivity in somebody's life than you do negative. You get more done if you teach a person than you beat a person. You know,
that's just like me, man. First tour overseas on the gun in the Bradley, we got to come in at, you know, when you come in the fire, whatever, put your weapons, you know, put them on, download them and all that shit. But it always took me time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm there, wait, you know what I'm saying? And my BC, he'll just stand up outside. I'm talking about big motherfucker. He's huge, man. He's just standing up outside the hatch. The dismounts be in the back, like, well, we waiting on Wolf, man. We gonna miss Child fucking with Wolf, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, though, you know, I got it in my mind, like, hey, I got to get this gun broke down, shit like that. So by the time we get the, you know, you got to hit the loop, shit like that. My shit be already broke, came down on safe, shit like that. I pop up out the hatch. They like, the dismounts, he was down there like, Wolf, hey, what's up, man? I like, hey, we good, man. We keep on, we could Charlie Mike on Child Hall this bitch. But, you know, I say, man, accountability, man. It's a motherfucker, man. If you ain't got nobody holding you accountable, you know, I don't know what to say.
And don't feel bad. Like, you know, that was one of the things that I had to move past. And then you have to be careful of the people that you asking to hold you accountable. Like, you know, people know me and I'm always upbeat, always going big Sarge, looking out for everybody else. But I have things that I slip on too. So when you ask people to hold you accountable, like say, for example, Whiskey Charlie at the Home Depot, he probably a go-to guy. People can go to you and count on you. But if you have one of those days where you like, yo, it's just a long day, I ain't feeling it this week, I need you to make sure you double check with me to make people gonna be looking at you like something wrong. It's like, no, man, we all go through and need some help too. But you might have to watch the people that you asking to hold you accountable. Because if they ain't gonna hold themselves accountable, they damn sure ain't gonna be able to help you hold yourself accountable.
But yeah, let me police that up though. I did turn out to be one of the best gunners in Grey Wolf Battalion. Look it up, Grey Wolf Battalion. That was the name of my battalion. So I did turn out to be one of the best. Ask everybody about me, man. Killer 6, baby. Let's get it.
But that goes back to what you said. You know, in the beginning, you was the last one to break your gun down for whatever particular reason, making sure everything was right, taking your time precisely, learning it, or, you know, trusting what you're doing, whatever the case may have been. But once you seen how it go, and it sounded like when I was in Iraq, same type of thing. And hey, I'm out of the army now, so you can see what you want to do, say what you want to say. Once you got into that, what we consider that safe zone, once you start rolling through that serpentine, most gunners are already breaking their gun down. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know when you get back, it might be just before Child finna shut down. It might be something. So you need that gun broke down because that's holding up the whole vehicle. So you just start adapting to what you've seen. And in life, we do the same thing. Like some of us get back into the civilian sector and we adapt back to what civilians are doing. We waking up at 8 or 9 o'clock. We not working out. We eating whatever. We putting whatever in our body. You know what I'm saying? But in the military, it's like you stay up all night, you drink all night, you still running 5 miles in the morning. Go ahead.
Let me say this, man. I seen a video, this motivational speaker. He said, people do what's expected of them to do. For as working. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I work this many hours, this, that, and the third. But the dude said you got that dude that's over there on the wall that's doing the extra, that's actually, you know, becoming that 1%. You know what I'm saying? That 1%, you know what I'm saying? But you're doing what you're required to do. You're not doing anything extra. Of course you have to work. Of course you have to, pay bills, do all this shit. But what are you doing extra to put yourself in that, in that category? You know what I'm saying? You got to meet that guy one day. You probably have to have competition with that guy one day if you're running a business. If you're doing the very minimal of your business, then this guy over here on the wall, you know what I'm saying, that's out there doing what he needs to do, like extra, you got to meet that guy one day, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I'm just on some other shit, you know.
No, you good, because it goes back to what I talked about a couple weeks ago. I didn't really care for the term when people be like, Corporal Smith, Sergeant Smith, or whatever, Specialist Smith, he's squared away. I'm like, what, you know what I'm saying? What does that even mean? I'm just doing my job. Now, when I'm going above and beyond, if I'm busting out 350s on PT test, you can see I'm doing the extra. But if I'm doing enough to pass, you know what I'm saying? You're 60, 70%, 80%, whatever the unit is. All you doing is the average. In school, you get, you know what I'm saying? You get C's and you get B's or whatever. All you doing is the average. It's the people that's like, yo, really pushing for that 4.0, and the 4.0 don't mean that they know smarter than you. That just means you was willing to do the extra studying time to retain that information and be able to use it later at a time when it's needed most. So if you're not willing to put that extra 300 push-ups in, you're not willing to put that extra hour of meditation or study time, you're right. When you meet that guy that's at what you think is the same level of you, he gonna run through you. And going back to adapting, the Army again showed us you can overcome any situation we in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Army didn't know no lose. We fought 3-1 odds. We going in, you know what I'm saying? With the mindset that is more of us and we gonna win. And in life, you have to go in with that mindset. I done already been through some stuff. I didn't already know that I can overcome some stuff. I just got to be willing to push a little bit more. Melka says, stay positive and regardless, keep moving forward. If you need a hand, then reach out and someone's going to grab that hand and help pull you forward. Just reach out and let's hold each other accountable to be the hand that reaches back and pulls someone forward. Excuse me. We all have issues, but we have to help when we can. And it's like you guys were saying about accountability. That's what it is, man. That's the whole purpose of Grunt Talk, to grunt speak, to speak grunt, so we can hold one another accountable about getting to the level of life that we want to, not the life that Killer Wolf see for you, that I see for you, that Whiskey Charlie see for you. We just want you to see life for you to help you get through, because we still holding life, seeing life for us to help our family get what we need to.
And hey, if you fucking hate something in your life, fix it. Fix that shit right now, man. Time waits for no man. If you hate some shit in your life, fix that shit. It's your life, man. Live that motherfucker however the fuck you want to live it. You know what I'm saying? However you want to live it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're in a fucking broken relationship, it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? You're not shackled down. You're not on fucking death row. Get the fuck up out that shit, man. If you feel like you're financially fucked, get up out that shit. Think of some ways, get up out that shit. Go put some applications in. Do what you need to do, man. But complaining ain't gonna get us nowhere, man. Everybody got their time. Ever since we were born, we taking steps until, the afterlife. So, live your life, man.
Hey, the moment you born, you start dying. What you got for us, Whiskey Charlie?
Hey, no, I definitely agree with Killer Wolf. Hey, man, you got to live your life. You can't let anybody. The only person that holds you back, you only hold yourself accountable at the end of the day. If you accept defeat, you're going to get defeated. So don't accept defeat. You got to personally hold yourself accountable. Make sure you use your time wisely, and at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that the only one person to blame is really yourself, because you accepted that fact that you got defeated. Because I'm myself, as an infantryman, I'm never going to accept defeat. You know what? Whether it's me, whether I got a battle with me, aka Big Sarge or Killer Wolf, aka my wife, you know what? I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I'm successful. And that goes as I just now said. I did not say we. I'm gonna make sure I am successful, because if I'm successful, everybody else around me should be successful. Just like our page here, it's not just Big Sarge page, it's not just Big Killer Wolf over here. It's not just Whiskey Charlie's pages, but I'm gonna make us successful, because we as a team, but we all gonna do our part. And if you do your part, you're gonna be successful as a team.
That is 100% correct.
Hey, I got me some Texas Roadhouse today, man. Whew, look here. I had to drive like about 30 minutes out to get it, but you know, I get the steak and stuff like that. I can come home and warm it up. So, man, look here. That motherfucker was hitting, man. I got that chili with them goddamn mashed potatoes with that motherfucker. What they call that bitch, man? That roadkill. Kind of like that hamburger steak. Oh, that bitch was hitting, man. I like, man. You know, you get used to Texas. You know, you got a Texas Roadhouse in every block.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it was good, man. I got my first Roadhouse since I've been here in Atlanta, man. It was good.
You gonna be sweet when you come back to the H, man. I know y'all got the crib and everything, and y'all cook it up or whatever, but you're gonna be eating like crazy while you out here. You're gonna be eating like crazy.
That's why I'm out there on these Georgia hills, man. Them Georgia hills are kicking my ass, bro. But hey, you know, you gotta do that, man, when you know you got something coming up. And I know I ain't about to be doing no fucking workouts on my wedding time and shit like that. Then I come back here. You know, I got a little time to work out before I hit Miami. So you got to double time it up, man. You got to double time it up, you know. But I'm happy to see my people, you know, happy to see my people I actually fuck with. I can guarantee you, everybody in the building is people that's close to me, period, you know.
Yeah.
So,
hey, man, you know, just adapting to this thing called life, man. You know, the transition or the beginning of adaptation. What's going on, Double R? Rodriguez, what's happening with you? Oh, Sutton got him right in time. And you know, the process of adaptation is not an easy process, man. And nothing that we do and we go through when you adapting from being single to being married, when you're adapting from being, you know what I'm saying, civilian to army, when you're adapting from school to work, the process and the transition is not always an easy process, but it's a process that you've been through so many times that you're able to do it. You know, you had to adapt to
what you got? Me and my girl, we got matching. We've been had them though. You see that? See that skeleton? Yeah. She got one too. I got one with the bow tie. She got one with the little bow tie in her head up there. The skeleton. They'll do us part, baby.
Yeah, I remember seeing that before I seen the wedding ring on you. I used to always see that. Yeah. So again, adaptation, man. People get married and they say the death do us part, but we haven't. You know, we don't adapt to that full thing till death do you part. You're not really in it to win it. Death might be like you didn't spent the last $50 out the bank account. That's death for me. It's over. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people be on some whole nother other stuff, and depending on the people you surround yourself with or the company, that's what you gonna adapt to, especially if you don't have a solid foundation in you. Again, going back to DMX, man, say what you want to say. Through and through, that dude was the same guy. Even when they had the stuff where he was singing for the Ring and Rainbow, Reading Rainbow, he was still, you know what I'm saying? The same dude.
My barber, the one that went to Cali before I left, he met DMX in Austin. He said, man, I was sitting in there shooting pool somewhere. Say DMX came and that bitch about 40 deep. Just came and that bitch and took over the whole bar and everything and shit like that. And DMX came up to him like, hey, you shooting? You shoot pool, whatever? He like, nah, we ain't gonna do you nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Say DMX was buying fucking pitchers of beer and treated him, you know, just like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? And it was a cool dude, man. He humble to everybody he meet, man. He actually say a prayer for you, you know. So you don't meet too many cats like that, man. That's it'll never be another one, man. Never be another one. That's definitely a legend right there.
And here's what I want to get home, and I want to drive across, and I do this pretty often when I'm speaking. Listen to me, man. There's no disrespect to the legends that came before us, whether they be civil rights leaders from MLK to Malcolm X, whether they be some type of political figurehead, if you into politics from JFK to Obama or whatever you went to, whether it be some type of rapper, you know, like DMX or Kanye West, Jay-Z, whatever you into, entertainer, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe, whatever you into, hockey, Wayne Gretzky, football, Tom Brady. Here's what I want to say to you, bro. Ain't none of those people greater than you. They got the same tools in the instrument that you do too. So no offense, I got mad respect for DMX, but DMX ain't no greater than Ethan Smith or King or Wolf or Whiskey Charlie. And that's what I want you to see. Like you hearing it from some guys that X would probably respect, because we was in the infantry and we did a whole type of fighting in a different way. We signed up for that on that day.
Hey, this is what I think, bro. I think everybody that's born last name should be unique because you're unique in your own way. We all have gifts that, you know, can't nobody else do. You know what I'm saying? You might not think that, but, you know, all our fingerprints different. You know what I'm saying? We unique in our own way. So, yeah, man, just look deep in yourself, man. Love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how you gonna expect for somebody else to do so? You know, believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have that. And we always say this, man. We want y'all to actually come on here. If you're going through problems or whatever, you know, come talk to us. We must talk to you off the air or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get together on a Zoom call or something, you know. But because you know, a lot of cats don't want to be broadcast or whatever. So I think we ought to open that up. You know, want to do a personal Zoom call? We could do that, but we'll talk about that off. But well, yeah, we do need to let them know. You know,
yeah,
hit us up.
let them know. It take a special type of person to get on here and do what we do. It take a special type of person to talk about what they going through. It take a special type of person to go through in order to grow through. It's just like you talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can work out for years and for years. It could have been you ain't want to, you know, build a fitness brand. Because I remember at one point in time we talked about it when you was doing the school for training thing. You know, it's like, nah, I ain't doing this no more. I'm on something else. So people kind of go back and forth. And I think when the time is right, we do the right thing, what we need to do. But everybody needs somebody to help coax you through. Whiskey Charlie talk about what is the VA, just the stuff that me and you talked about in the beginning days. Everybody need a little bit of a push, somebody to coax you through. And I think that's what we here to do. But it depends on you. If you don't get on here and share too, then it ain't no way we can help you.
I'm glad you eating now, Whiskey Charlie. Glad you eating, man. You got a different swing to you, dog. I'm glad to be able to take care of you, brother. You got a different swing. Whiskey Charlie coming there. He coming there with wine next day. He come there this next day. He got a different swing to him, man. Whiskey Charlie. Keep the hat, man. I think that's kind of your character there. Keep the hat.
Hey, he a man of many talents, man. Before he got on, he had on something else. He's like, which one you think? Oh, you already know. You put that one on, it's ready to go, man.
Hey, man, I got a red fucking beer pong hat with that you hold the fucking two beers up. That was my wild days there, man. I had the red hard hat with the two beers outside that bitch.
That's what's up, man. That's crazy right there. Well, that's back in the day, man. That's the spinner days when you used to walk around with a pitcher of beer and just be chilling.
Nah, that's the 135-pound wolf days back at Fort Hood. Doing the beer, what they call that shit, headstands and shit. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll float a keg, which I don't drink beer. I ain't drunk beer in years, but I'll float a keg, which I think the last one I drunk was at Franco house doing my breaks. But yeah, I drank a beer with my brothers, man. I float a whole keg with y'all. We sit out there and talk shit. We could do the keg stands and everything on that motherfucker.
Man, I don't even think I'll make it through it. I'll be ready to go to sleep. A couple beers in me that sit on my stomach. I'm like, no, bro.
I don't think you'll go to sleep around Whiskey Charlie because he look like he like to do pranks and shit. Whiskey Charlie we probably have you tied up with 550 cards and shit. All that shit like that, boy.
Hey, don't get me turned on.
Yeah. Hey, take it easy, Double R Rodriguez. Be safe, man. Driving to the house back in Kerrville. Love you too, man. Appreciate you. Rodriguez said y'all be safe, my brothers. Love y'all. He headed to the house driving back to Kerrville. So That's what we had to go with it today, man. How you adapted to the military, what you brought out of the military that helped you, just some things that's been going on in our world, in our country throughout the week. Again, man, live your life for your life. Live your life for your life. If you need an example and you don't see it right here in front of you, maybe you could go back and look at DMX and how he did some of the things that he had to do. It's a purpose for the pain that you go through. The pain ain't to break you. The pain is to grow you. You ain't being buried. You just being planted, boo. You got to be willing to go through the hard times in order to get to the good things in you. But that starts with adaptation.
You got to be willing to grow.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we get watered every day when we get in the shower, man, but we got to be willing to grow with it. You know what I'm saying? We got to be willing to, when we get in that shower, to wash the everything bad off of us from that day, and then take that water, man, get up in our system and grow. You know what I'm saying? Grow every day, learn every day, learn something from your mistakes every day. We got to be willing to grow. If we sit in the same motherfucking spot, bro, you gonna be left behind. Period.
Period, point blank, 100%. Be able to grow, be able to think. That's all we got for y'all today. Unless you got something else to say, we gonna have to say peace in some way. Whiskey Charlie, like, no, I gotta go. That's all y'all get from me. We ain't even got nothing crazy. So we gonna let y'all go. For Whiskey Charlie, do a little bit of craziness, a little bit more. Hopefully this was something that helped y'all out today. Helped y'all a little flow in some way. Thank you for tuning in to Speak Grunt and Speak In, my friend, by Grunts. Everybody welcome. Everybody will not be a member. Tune in possibly next Sunday. Details to follow, because we gonna be celebrating a wet and revow renewal, and I don't know what that weekend gonna be like yet. So maybe we'll get together on a Friday or Saturday, a Friday night, which might be Saturday morning, when we drunk sitting around talking about Killer Wolf, him and his wife walking down the aisle doing their thing. But that's it, man. I'm going to let this music play a little bit, and we're going to say peace to y'all, man. That's it.